Hey, it's Neve, and in this week's video of the week, we are continuing our LinkedIn series, and today we are talking about uses of video on LinkedIn. So we're going to look at 4 different places on LinkedIn that you can use video and what kinds of videos you will want to use in those places. Now, first, I want to stress that using LinkedIn video does not necessarily mean that you are uploading directly to LinkedIn. In most of the places where you can share video, you'll actually be sharing YouTube links or links from another place where you've put your video. There's only one place where you can use native LinkedIn videos, and we're going to talk about that. So you're not always directly uploading your video to LinkedIn. Sometimes you'll be uploading to something like YouTube and then sharing your link over on LinkedIn. But it's still important to understand where you can use video and start to think about how you can use video to enhance whatever you're doing on LinkedIn, what it is that you want to accomplish there on that platform. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 4 different places, starting with my favorite place for sharing video on LinkedIn. And this one kind of surprised me. This is your LinkedIn profile. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually share video on your LinkedIn profile where people come to check you out. In any of the places where you can add text boxes, you can also add video. What's cool is what LinkedIn does is it will have your little text box, and below it, it will have a preview of the video. If someone clicks on it, it expands out and they can watch it. So it's a really nice look to add to your profile, but also it can really enhance what you're trying to do on your profile. Your profile is a really powerful thing on LinkedIn because people come to look at it. When they're interested in you, that's where they go. They go to see what your experience is, what some of your skills are, your history, and what it is that you represent today, right? So you can use it, on your description. You can also use it on all of the past jobs that you've had. So what's cool about this is, for example, if you have a listing of a job as a public speaker, you might have that still be current. You can have a video example of you giving a talk. You can have share a video on one of these job listings of someone interviewing you. So this is a really powerful way to build up your profile and really allow people to see what you're all about. You can also record a little intro video for your description. So you could say, hey, it's Neve, welcome to my LinkedIn profile. Here's what I do, here's what I'm about. Here's some things you might want to know about me and where you can learn more about me and share a link to my website. So on your profile, you cannot upload directly to your profile. You have to share from another platform like YouTube, but you can record your video specifically with the purpose of LinkedIn in mind, upload it to YouTube as an unlisted video and it won't show on your YouTube channel. And then you just grab the link and pop it in to either your description on your profile or to the bits about your other jobs. Now, say you had a previous job and you don't have a video about it, you don't have like a product video, you haven't created anything, or you don't have an interview for that, you can record a little video talking about that job, talking about what you loved about that job and how it ties into what you do now. So for example, if 10 years ago you were a secretary and now you're a business coach, on that secretarial position, you could record a little video talking about what you loved about it and how it really taught you the foundation of organizing and time management and productivity that now feeds into your business coaching today, how it gave you a fantastic start to get to where you are today. So on this, you want to think very short videos, especially if they're to do with previous jobs. I would make them 30 seconds to 1 minute. And in your description, maybe a video 1 to 2 minutes, talking about what it is you're about. You can obviously go a little bit longer if you're sharing an interview or an example talk that you have given. So that's what I'm definitely going to be using as my profile. Now, the second place where you can post videos on LinkedIn is in the updates. So when you come to linkedin.com and you see the news feed of all the things that your connections are saying, you have a little box where you can make a post. You also have the option to click video, and here is where, this is the only place right now where you can upload video directly to LinkedIn natively. So you grab your video file and it uploads directly to LinkedIn. Now, sharing on your updates feed means that people are going to sort of see it as they're scrolling through and seeing what other people are up to. So in this space, you want to think about keeping things short and attention grabbing. So I would be focusing on things like little announcements like, hey, guess what? I have something coming out next week you're going to be really excited about. Can't wait to share that with you. Here's how you can learn more about it. or a thought that you have that's maybe really interesting or a little bit controversial. Maybe you can say, I've got a new way to just bust through time management. Instead of us spending this amount of time, you can actually get it done in this amount of time. Here's a quick how-to. So you want to think about something very short, very digestible, and something that would catch someone's eye as they're scrolling through. So you also want to consider having strong thumbnails and things like that. Now, importantly, while you can upload natively to LinkedIn, you can also share YouTube links here as well, and it will preview them and allow people to watch them right there on the newsfeed. One thing to keep in mind though is that while LinkedIn says that they don't care what type of content your content is, and their algorithm doesn't at the moment favor native video, every single other platform who has wanted to compete in the video space absolutely has done that. They've made their algorithms favor their native videos. So I would strongly consider that. Like Facebook did it. At first, you could play YouTube videos super easily on Facebook, and they were ranking just as well as Facebook videos. And then Facebook went, hey, we want to compete. So they stopped showing YouTube videos very well, or making it so easy for people to watch them, or showing them to that many people, and they started increasing showing Facebook videos. So there's a high chance LinkedIn might do something like this. So I would definitely consider, as part of my strategy, using regular native videos on LinkedIn, even just to test the waters. Share a video one week that you upload directly to LinkedIn, and the next week upload directly to YouTube, and then share the link onto LinkedIn, and see what happens. See which ones perform better. See which ones get more comments and more views. That's gonna be really helpful. What's good about posting using native video as well is you get to see where people are who are watching your video, how many people are watching. I think it's 30 seconds or more. Anyway, there's a certain amount that they watch, and then you get to see. And you also can see job titles of people who watch your video, which is really interesting and different. You don't get that data anywhere else. So it's another great reason to upload directly using the updates portion. Okay, there's two other places you can share LinkedIn or video on LinkedIn. One is in the LinkedIn publisher. So again, when you come to LinkedIn and open the box to make a post, there's the option to post an article. If you click on that, you can create a full blog post looking article. On that, you can share video links and embed videos from places like YouTube, other platforms. Now, this might be useful if you want to have a longer video that you share, like maybe you have a 10-minute video. Native LinkedIn videos can only be 10 minutes maximum. So maybe you have a 15-minute training that you want to share with your LinkedIn audience. This publisher might be a great way to share that, but it's another step. So the reason why I will likely not be using the LinkedIn publisher is it's yet another place to go and fill in all the buttons. And I find that I don't think that the benefit of it is worth the time investment and the extra step in my day. Now, long term, maybe if you're just building your YouTube channel, it is creating a LinkedIn link back to your YouTube channel. But again, you could just grab your YouTube link and pop it in as a post as well. So don't think you have to do a full-blown article on LinkedIn unless that you really are working on a solid presence there and you really want people to really get to know you and your work on LinkedIn. If LinkedIn is your primary platform, then absolutely do use the publisher. Okay, and the fourth place that you can share video on LinkedIn is in groups. Now, I almost didn't mention this because I find LinkedIn groups are not that powerful. People tend to use them as content dumps. So they'll be in a group of online entrepreneurs, and if you go into that group, it's 70 posts with no likes and no comments. It's just people sharing their blog posts as they come out. So consider your audience. My audience is online entrepreneurs, so I don't find groups that useful. If I'm going to share some content, I want people to watch it, to use it, to get something from it. And so I haven't found groups to be worth the time. However, you might be in a different kind of, you might have a different kind of audience. Like maybe your audience is writers and there's good solid writing groups, or maybe your audience is people who are just getting their first job ever, and there's really solid groups where people are actually having discussion. So if you're going to think about posting a video into a group, think about what's happening in that group, watch the group, see if it's actually interacting, if people are actually looking at stuff in the group, or are they just coming there to dump their content, okay? So again, with groups, you'd have to share an external link like a YouTube link or a link to a blog post, but they don't allow you to post natively there yet. At the moment as well, LinkedIn doesn't do live streaming, so it's a little bit behind the times on that too. Wow, my video is 10 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But do remember that you have 4 ways of sharing LinkedIn videos on LinkedIn. I just realized how dark it's gotten. Anyway, apologies that my video went dark. 4 ways that you can share video on LinkedIn: on your profile and on your updates wall, newsfeed wall. Those are the 2 that I would highly recommend doing. The updates wall is the only place where you can use native video, and also on the publisher or the groups if you're planning on making LinkedIn your space, and that's where your audience hangs out. So enjoy, start to think about how you could use video to enhance your profile, to show people more about who you are, and to share fun, exciting announcements and things that your audience would be interested in. So next time, I am going to be talking about how I intend to use LinkedIn in a deeper way. I'm really excited about this. Between then and now, I'm going to be posting my first LinkedIn video as well natively, and I'll let you know how all of that goes. So I'll see you next time on my LinkedIn series.